Hey guys, I have a great little pin craft for us today. I've been doing quite a few of them, but this one is a Cinderella one with my little Jack and Gus with the pumpkins. Look at, and there's stained, this is stained glass. So I made sure that the craft I've got today is going to be incorporating that. So it was a little tricky trying to plan it out, but I did it. Hey guys, I have this fun little craft, as I was telling you, for using this Gus pin. So I'm going to go ahead and grab our little supplies here. So I went ahead and I got a frame. We're doing another framed pin craft, but I had this really pretty 4x4 frame, and I also had this really stunning paper that you guys might have remembered. It's all about autumn. It sold out like last year really fast, and I happened to have a pack of it, and I thought I was going to use this one here because of all the leaves, you know what I mean? But no, that is not what I wound up doing, because it's like it was forest, or the pumpkins is what I was thinking of. I actually wound up using the foil paper on the other side. I chose this one in particular, and you'll see why when I get things going. I just love Cinderella. She's my absolute favorite. So I wanted to make sure that I made a craft that maybe I could use all year round. So let me set that aside. So first things first, I have to get a little messy, and we're going to use this label, I decided. And I really hope I get it right the first time, because I only have one of this label, so fingers crossed. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna, this is peach pie ink, and you take your blending brush, and you see when you first mark it down, it's real dark. And so you wanna make sure you go from off the page to on the page, you know? And so, and I'm not using pumpkin pie because I didn't want it to be too dark. I wanted just a hint of orange on this little label. I didn't want it to be like a straight orange cardstock. I definitely wanted it to be a different color, and you'll see why once we get started. And I'm doing this first because it's the messiest part. Let me add a little bit more. And all right, I think that's good. I think I might do a little extra more on the edging here, but I think it's fine. I actually think it's good. All right, so we're done with that. Now we're gonna stamp our sentiment. Our sentiment came from an old paper pumpkin set. This is an old paper pumpkin set from several years ago. This is like one of the first paper pumpkin years that we had. It's quite old. I want to say, gosh, I think it's about 9 years old or so. And then I'm going to use pecan pie, and I'm going to stamp. Let me just practice. Yep. I'm going to stamp with pecan pie right here in the corner. I wanted this sentiment, truly thankful. Perfect. Good. It came out just right. And I can always add more orange if I think I need more orange, but I think this is just what we needed. So then we're going to take our basic frame, and I went ahead and I cut our pieces down. So this is the brushed foil, and this is that piece of that paper I cut. So now we have to cut another piece, and I'm just gonna cut just right here. It doesn't have to be super perfect size. I'm just gonna cut this straight across. We just need to bulk up, and because we're only doing one pin, it doesn't have to go all the way across everything. And the other benefit is that this is really stiff, this gold brushed paper. Sorry, let me bring the light over a little closer to you guys. I just realized how dark it was. The brushed gold is really stiff. And so we should, fingers crossed, be able to get our pin in here without having to, oh, we might need another layer. I think I need one more layer. Let me check. We have to check it. So, oops. Let's check it really quick. We'll leave this layer on and let's put our pin into the cardboard and just see. Does it go in? Yeah, it goes in. It stays a little popped off, but I kind of want that with this particular card because the stained glass, you really want light to get behind that stained glass. So I think it's okay. And I think with this, I think we'll be all right. I think this is gonna be enough because I removed that glass layer. And so I think we're okay here. We don't have to go deeper. And it's a pretty stiff card back, so we're good. All right. So you just have to, you know, there's things I had to do in preparation before I could actually get to creating. So we'll go ahead and I'm gonna actually save that little piece. So this is 4 inches by 4 inches for the brushed. This is 4 inches by 4 inches for the brushed. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna tack on our paper. I'm actually gonna glue it all the way across with the strip. I might actually need something stronger than this because this is a textured paper. Let's see if it works. And then this is 3.5 by 3.5. Okay, this is 3.5 by 3.5. And so, but you see all that shine. This is actually, I think, like a rose gold, but it's so shiny and pretty. I really wanted to pick up the gold of the gold from the, what's the word? From the pin. I thought that was enough, but with the vanilla, it's almost, it just needs to be a little darker. But I think I think using the pumpkin pie would have just been too much. I think that is a better color. So let me go ahead and really get going on this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. I definitely wanted a contrast. There we go. Yeah. See, now there will be a nice contrast. And I wanted to add I was thinking I might add a stamp of like a leaf or two right here. I think I'm gonna grab the red and maybe the orange. I'm gonna grab the red. Let me stamp it on here and see. I've got a little tiny leaf stamp. And this is from, I think, the same stamp set or another paper pumpkin stamp set. Let's stamp it on there and see. Would it be good? Let's stamp it to the side here and practice it. And then we need the pumpkin. I think that might be okay. Or maybe I'll just stamp one and no overlapping. No red, just the one orange right there. I think that's good. I don't think we need any more. But you know, it's sometimes because it's one and done, I couldn't do a lot of versions of it for you ahead of time. I had to just kind of wait and see how it turned out and then go from there. So I think I really like that. And you know what I'm going to do really quick? I've got another idea of what I can do to punch. There we go. And then, so we did the orange straight on that. And then I've got the red. There we go. And I'm gonna punch a red one, and it will float 3D above right there. And I'm gonna punch it out. Oops, I gotta cut this. And then it's overlapping, but not overlapping as if it's a mistake in the punching, or it can even float off a little there. Yeah, that's right. That's what I wanted. So now, so we've got our label, we've got that. Now we're gonna go ahead and just put a little bit of, it's not a complicated, you know, this is a pretty simple craft. You know, I'm just going to put a little bit on here, you know, just to get it to glue to this. I don't need this extra sheet of paper. It's just another layer to kind of get that buffer. And we can put this right in our cat hair covered. And see, there we go. See, I wanted it to have, to float in there a little bit. So we might need to move it just a little bit. And so see, you have that little bit of gold around the edge. So it's not too much, but it's just a little bit of gold. See, a lot of it gets taken away. So, but yeah, I got this frame, again, was a paper pumpkin kit. So let me get some tape. I find that just some Scotch tape usually works on this. And so we'll get it centered. I almost wish this was a little bit smaller, but there we go. Yeah, and I kind of want to use this all year. I really probably will, because I kept it simple enough. Yeah, there we go. I kept it simple enough that I can use it all year round. But let's make sure. I kind of want to have. Yeah, that's good. There's like a little blotchy aspect of the paper, and I wanted some of that covered. All right, so we've got our basic layer in here. And then this will be flat because we need this has to be flat because we need to get our pin right here. And so let's make sure that looks right. Yeah, that looks about right. So let me put my label down. We're gonna tack it down. Just tack it. I don't want to put too much glue because I might need to adjust it a little. Let's see, I think that's right. Yeah, there we go. Yep. All right, come on. There we go. Yep, it popped right in and without any issue. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this one little red leaf up on dimensionals, floating over here, because I think that's kind of a fun aspect. I don't think I want it tucked right under. I think I want it floating over here. So I'm gonna grab a quick dimensional. So I'm glad I punched out that little leaf. So it's pretty quick, this one. But I want you to see the stained glass. I mean, you can probably already see some of it. I was gonna go look for some gold embellishments, but I don't think I have anything that's going to add to this, you know, like Look how cute that is. And look at all the stained glass in there. I think that turned out really, really good. And so I'll make sure to add a picture of this next to my bed with my Cinderella wall behind. And I think that's gonna look really cute. And this could be, again, a craft that's just for Thanksgiving, fall, or I could actually have this all year round. I love it for all year round. Not everyone would, but as a Cinderella fan, I love it. So yeah, all right, look, there goes the cat. All right, thanks so much for tuning in.